Today is Friday, March 6th, 2026. Welcome to This Week in Natural Refrigerants News, where we recap the top stories on naturalrefrigerants.com. This podcast is generated and read by artificial intelligence and may contain errors. We're your hosts, AT and MO, and the articles for today's podcast were organized by naturalrefrigerants.com's managing editor and written by its writers. You can find links to each article in the show notes.
Right, so we've got a really packed lineup today. We're seeing some massive moves in scaling up natural refrigerant tech to meet these new infrastructure demands.
Yeah, we really are.
So let's just jump right into Daikin. They just rolled out their new modular R290 heat pump and chiller, the EWA/YK-CZ. It's an air-to-water monoblock, and the sweet spot here really is that capacity range, spanning from 20 to 85 kilowatts.
Which makes total sense when you look at their lineup because they've already got that 135 kilowatt unit.
Right.
So now with these new modular units, you can just string them together and build these scalable arrays up to, 2 megawatts. It gives you so much flexibility on site.
Exactly, 2 megawatts. And the specs are rock solid, too.
Yeah, hot water up to 75 degrees Celsius, chilled water down to minus 15. Plus, there's that larger strategic play in Europe with Copeland expanding their joint venture with Daikin.
Oh, yeah, aiming to bring R290 inverter swing rotary compressors right to the European market by 2026. Local supply is going to be so critical for all of this.
Definitely.
And, speaking of major components hitting the market, Danfoss officially unveiled their new large CO2 ejector.
We saw the prototype for that a few years back, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. But now it's actually ready for deployment. It's got a 140 bar pressure rating, and it's built explicitly as the main expansion valve for those big industrial racks over 500 kilowatts.
I was looking at the setup for this. It runs a fixed geometry design and handles both high pressure and low pressure lift setups.
Yep.
And it pairs right with the EKE80 driver, so integrating it is super straightforward. But the wild part to me is the demand split. Danfoss said 65% of the demand for this is coming from FEMs,
leaving just 35% for industrial refrigeration. I mean, that is a massive paradigm shift.
It really is.
Ejectors were fundamentally championed to solve supermarket efficiency, right? Seeing district heating just completely absorb that tech shows how fast heat pumps are pivoting to CO2.
Absolutely. And we're seeing that mindset of pushing the envelope on the commercial side, too. Over at the 2026 AHR Expo, Heatcraft showcased a new low-profile CO2 walk-in cooler, and they bumped it to a 90-bar rating.
They also teased a 15-horsepower vertical condensing unit dropping later this year.
Right, and I want to pause on that 90-bar rating for a second. If you're used to standard 45-bar units, this is a massive operational upgrade.
Oh, for sure.
Because if a facility loses power, that 90-bar threshold actively reduces the likelihood of the system venting its charge. For end users, that translates directly to faster restarts and keeping inventory safe during outages.
But deploying higher pressure systems means the workforce needs to be ready for them. That's why Heatcraft is opening a brand new training center in Georgia this month.
Launching the in-person Heatcraft Masters program.
Yeah. Exactly. Plus, an online counter-sale certification. So wholesalers know exactly what they're dealing with.
Yep.
Education is absolutely mandatory right now as adoption scales.
Their question.
And if you want to see the real-world impact of that scale, just look at the 2025 Atmosphere-approved label data. The 17 companies that secured the label avoided 22.9 million metric tons of CO2 equivalent.
That is a staggering number.
Even more importantly, they avoided 1,000 metric tons of TFA, which is a PFAS.
Taking those volumes out of the equation is a monumental win for the industry, and registration for the 2026 label is already open.
Yep.
5 companies have already cleared the 4 pillars, which are vision, customer satisfaction, measurable impact, and training. TICO, REFRA, M&M Carno, GTS, and ENNS are all officially approved for the new year.
We also got some great insights this week from SWEP. Joachim Palmberg, their marketing director, highlighted a new in-house testing rig they built specifically for large-capacity brazed plate heat exchangers.
The BPHEs.
Yeah, optimized for propane. The sheer volume they're prepping for is incredible.
Palmberg noted their 2025 factory expansion in Suzhou, China, was driven heavily by the explosion in AI infrastructure and data center cooling demands in the APAC region.
Those facilities run incredibly hot.
Right, and natural refrigerants are stepping up to handle the load. It's a massive market opportunity, and we should definitely welcome SWEP as a silver partner on the naturalrefrigerants.com marketplace.
It really does leave you with something to consider. When you see manufacturers investing so heavily in massive testing rigs and factory expansions just to keep up with AI and data centers, you have to wonder what the ceiling is for natural refrigerant capacities in the tech sector over the next 5 years.
This is AT&MO, and this has been the week in natural refrigerant news.